And, but the thing is, I don't have my life together. Now, I could focus on, not knowing exactly what it is I want to be when I grow up, or not necessarily getting the grades that I want to get. But if I'm focused more on just the security aspect of my life, I can enjoy it. And, because when I get to the next point in life to where I have to pay bills, it'll be like, oh, well, I miss the days where I could just live somewhere for free. I don't want to focus so much right now on what's wrong. I want to focus on all the good things so that when I get to the next phase in life, I can just say, okay, well, I enjoyed that because every phase of life has a different struggle associated with it. So that's one thing that we need to do. If we're praying and just rejoicing, the Holy Spirit will start bringing back up to us, okay, well, this is what's good in life, because the problems, like Satan likes to magnify the problem. Like basically, whenever you're going through something, Satan likes to tell you, oh, this is it. This is gonna be the one to destroy you. You're never gonna make it out of this. And he just weighs it so heavy on us. But if we're fighting back with just, okay, but look at all the good things going on. Plus, I know God is going to fix this trial that I'm in right now. You can have so much joy and peace just in the midst of storm. Kind of like when God was freeing the Hebrew slaves, and everything was looking good, and they come up on this big sea, and you can't, everybody here can't swim, and it's huge, and then Pharaoh's coming, and it's looking like you're trapped. I think God would have been more pleased if they had just rejoiced instead of focused on, well, right now we're out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here. We're to the point where we could be, at the sea instead of working today. And then God would have been more pleased with their attitudes. He still came through for them anyway, but they put themselves through that. Like, they put themselves through the worry, and it didn't do anything. It didn't change what God did for them. It just made them upset and, probably caused wrinkles and, doubt and fear. That's all something you put yourself through, whereas God's going to come through for you anyway. So, and I just like to say, my advice is just to give it to God and then spend the rest of the time just trying to think about everything that's great. And like I said, yeah, because God's going to bring you out better and stronger. And if you allow Satan to just weigh down on you, that just slows down the process of God making you better. And that's supported by Romans 12:12. It says, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. And that's the New International Version. And then the third thing that I would say is to stay in the Word. And I put that third after prayer and rejoice because it's best to pray before you get in your Word, because we know the enemy knows the Word better than we do. And we want to make sure that we have discernment in the Spirit about what it is God's trying to say to us, because the enemy likes to twist God's words around. And so if we're already in the mindset of, okay, well, I'm happy, I'm rejoicing, and I'm thinking of everything good in my life, and then we get in our word, it's just going to be supported by the Holy Spirit already in us, because we have all those other spirits on us at first. If we're not praying fervently before we get in our word, they are going to interpret for us what God has to say. And that's bad. That'll lead straight to destruction. And, we don't want to read the Bible with fear. Let's just say one day you feel like you want to read Revelations. If you're not praying, and in your word before you read Revelations, and you're just allowing these destructive spirits to get into your mind and just interpret that for you, it could get scary. It's the point you don't want to read the Bible again. It's like you're reading a horror story more so than anything else. And you're not seeing the good in it. You're not, remembering you're not going to be there for like the huge, love, and we're going to fight for God or whatever, but we're not going to be destroyed. It'll just be better if we're already in our spirit heavy before we get to what God has to say, before we get to the instruction manual, because these are living words. They can be different. We can read something one year of our lives, read the same thing the next year of our life, and it can mean two different things. But at that moment, because that's what the Holy Spirit is trying to get to you at that time. But we want to make sure that that's what the Holy Spirit is saying. And in Deuteronomy 21, 28, 1, says, if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. So if you follow that, basically that format, you're in prayer, you're in a hard time, you're in prayer, and then you rejoice, and then you read your word and obey the commands that the Holy Spirit has interpreted for you through God's word, then you're going to be not only okay, but above all the nations on earth. It's going to be, you'll be glad that you went through your trial, because it just made you so much better than you could ever hope to be, like above all the nations on the earth. That's pretty huge. Yeah, so that is my lesson on necessarily how to give it to God and to be unbothered in the midst of your trials instead of just thinking about it all the time. This is how the first thing, praying and rejoicing, that blocks out the devil from making you feel like this is just the end for you. And staying in